this. When the APC is out, is to make sure that we stabilize this system of multi-party democratic system by voting the PDP out.
You see, when I talk about that, I am actually not, you see that prayer, that's why they say, make you be very careful of what you are wishing for. Bokwari is a prayer answered for some people, but at the same time, yeah, it did not lift you out of anything than praying for Bokwari himself not to die. But this guy was in Casino today, another one. Show to you, Tinubu wants to be president. Like every other person in Nigeria, you have the chance to say you want to be president. There's nothing wrong in that. Oh yeah, everything is wrong with that. No, nothing is wrong with that. You can choose not to support him too. Nothing is wrong with that. So Mayogun's diary political, we will never be part of the whole nonsense, the whole charade. But that doesn't mean that we will not talk about them. Since we told them about Buhari, they didn't agree. And so many people ended up agreeing only for them to realize that it's too late. So, but when you look around this saturated, I don't even know if that's the right word, saturated or oversaturated space, you will know that, yeah, Nigerians, they are already FUCKED. You get what I mean? Look at the space. You have what the people you have now. You have Tifnumbu, you have Saraki, you have Atifku, you have Devulumayi, you have Kwakwanso, you have Sule Lamido, you have Tambua from Shokoto, you have Oji Uzo Kalu, you have Pius Anyim Pius. Who else is there again? Give me the names. You have Dele Momodu. Let's see. Then you have Ikene Shatabandu, fake Pastor Ruga. Then who else? So yeah, give me names now for you to know that I know what your options will be. So are those the ones they say choose between the devil and the deep blue sea? But now by force, if they say choose devil, choose deep blue sea. Now by force, make you choose. You can create your own third option, popular or not. Create your own third option, before you finally choose. Let me take the list again and start telling me if these are the people you, as a reasonable person, as you are sitting down there now, Tifnumbu is considered the landlord of Lagos. He has a company called Alpha Beta that is involved in collecting taxes in Lagos State, and they collect their own share from that tax, or whatever taxes they collected, yeah? And that money goes to Tifnumbu and associates. Tifnumbu had a hold on the political space that to become anything, because that's where he held his power, right? To become anything from local government level to state level and all that, you must be from a zone personally tutored a crook that is ready to deliver every now and then, in this regard, deliver the poverty that they glamorize in that place. So he's been accused of corruption many times, but he's never been convicted because the system doesn't convict you, okay? Nigerian system doesn't punish crime, okay? Nigerian system rewards criminals. You just need to choose the type of crime you're going to do. If your crime is to loot or steal from the public, right, just spend it wisely. Tifnumbu is generous. He is considered a godfather, the godfather of all godfathers. It is only Tifnumbu as a godfather that you won't go into his house. Even if you are a billionaire running for any office, Tifnumbu will not ask you to give him money to support you. He will rather give you money so that you can owe him. In that regard, is considered the godfather of godfathers. Who would have the kind of deep pocket of Lagos State as a godfather? 400 billion naira every year. That kind of resources that they are declaring, you can't have that kind of resources and not be the godfather of all godfathers. They call him king, the kingmaker. But you know how he became the king. Many of you know that. Some of you just feel like it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter to you. It's one of the thieves you are going to consider for your 2023. I'm not going to be part of that. Orji Uzor Kalu is also the former governor of Abia State. In fact, Orji Uzor Kalu used to be a darling for those who started monitoring the politics of Nigeria from 1998 or prior to that, especially from 1998. Orji Uzor Kalu was so good that he was a good thief. Abia State was like a family business. His mom, very powerful politician in Abia State, very influential. So Abia Post became the family post of the Uzor Kalus, okay? But he was a very smart guy. He was better than those you have right today, to be honest, okay? In fact, he gave Nigeria and gave Africa a Yimba of Aba. For every reason, he was one of those that make you feel like, maybe Nigeria is going to come back better if these guys were that, until after he was gone. And then he was exposed to have looted over 100 billion naira from Abia State. Abia became bankrupted, even when he now brought Theodore Orji. Theodore Orji ran the same system like Orji Uzor Kalu. You know the story. Orji Uzor Kalu got convicted for stealing Abia State money, right? But somehow, Supreme Court, after spending a few months in jail, right? Supreme Court said for technical reasons, he should go home. Orji Uzor Kalu wants to be your president too. Amazing. Then you have Saraki. Saraki, the former Senate president, the former governor of Kwara State. Well, you should know they all have the baggage of corruption, looting, and then dirty hand and all of that, dipping their fingers in the cookie jar of the general public, of course. But they also have track record before then. Saraki and family also held Kwara State as a family fiefdom, as a family estate. No joke. In fact, the story or the history of pilfering or stealing is not old or new to the Saraki families. They had a bank. It was called the Societe Generale Bank. Saraki was the MD. Saraki, Bukola Saraki, right? But as one of those fraudulently put together financial institution to milk the system, promote their money laundering that were not so popular as they are today. They were not so popular then, right? Money laundering, stealing, and the rest of that, passing them through the financial institution and getting away with that. But Societe Generale didn't get away. The investors, the savers, the depositors, and the rest of them, including JJ Okocha. Well, JJ got his money. Remember? JJ Okocha got his money, but thousands of other people who are customers of Societe Generale, they never got their money. Saraki and family, they looted the money. They mismanaged their bank, and they were never punished for that. One sec. Then he was rewarded as a governor. He became a governor, right? And they said, you know what happened? He even became the Senate president. To some people, in fact, saved Nigerians the hammer of Boko Haram gang for 4 years before they got booted out. So he is going to be your president. He wants to be your president too. Atifku, the Adamawa Evander Holyfield. Atifku was the Obasanjo's vice president in 1999. It was so influential because he came from the backdrop of northern political heavyweights, the owners of Nigeria. Atifku gained influence that when Nigeria under Obasanjo decided to start selling government property, to start for people to start bidding for all those things, Atifku became stupendously rich more. He's been rich from custom as well before he joined, okay? He has the history. 2, history of corruption. Now, like I said, Nigeria reward crime. That's what they do. If you are a criminal, choose your crime very, very carefully. Nigeria will reward you. The bigger, the worse your crime. And if you choose the right camp as well, right, you will be rewarded. Now, Atifku is coming to save you from those who have made your life a hell, which is part of as well. All right. Then who else is there? Tambuwa from Sokoto, the one who managed to help resist what they called the dictatorship of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan in the dying days of PDP, which they were part of. Tambuwa crossed over to APC at some point because Tifnumbu and gang were his godfathers too, talking about building alliances like Shetima of Borono and Amosun of Ogun State. Tambuwa fell in that category, but somehow, if didn't find his footings, he returned back to PDP when Goodluck Ebele Jonathan is gone. That same Tambuwa, who back then in Sokoto State, where they were hearing about the Boko Haram attacks, Boko Haram killings, and the rest of that in Borono and Northeast. Sokoto State was probably an epicenter of holiness, the Sultan of Sokoto. Oh, you will never take terrorism to Sokoto, ladies and gentlemen. After they conspired to bring Boko Haram to power, do you know what happened? Sokoto State became the headquarters of the ISWAP Caliphate. Trust me, half of Sokoto State is now being controlled by terrorists that are not just Boko Haram. They are called ISWAP, Islamic State for West Africa province. ISWAP of Africa. This is the group, the deadliest one they told you about, that are more deadlier than Boko Haram. That's the results. That Tambuwal is coming out. Sultan of Sokoto and gang, they probably will support Tambuwa to be your president too. I'm telling you your options that I can remember. The another one is Pius Ayim Pius, the man accused of, well, he was considered as one of those missed opportunities too. He has his own baggage, but they say he doesn't have the structure. But when you talk about structure, we're talking about he doesn't have enough money, and then he's Igbo, and you know the rest of the story, right? But he's coming out. I just told you your choice. I mean, what those your options there. Now, when you look at all this, who else again? Devulumayi. Oh, Devulumayi of Ebonyi, the man that became the the art throb of the Fulani murderous elite in Boko Haram's government. They said, oh, I'm going to be president because God told me to go and contest to be president, but God told me that I might not win. Of course, you're not going to win. Of course, he's running, by the way, and he would expect the Biafrans, he would expect the Igbos to have sympathy, something for him. But you also need to visit Ebonyi. You will realize the man called the little Buhari, the little Hitler, right there. Before you, who else again? Dele Momodu. Oh, Uncle Dele Momodu. I mean, I wouldn't mind, you see, somebody I wouldn't mind to talk to is Dele Momodu. Some of you won't like it, all right? I wouldn't mind to have a Dele Momodu here because it's somebody I can easily, use his own lines to question in a way, all right? So Dele Momodu is running for president. He just joined PDP, okay? Meanwhile, Dele Momodu is Tifnumbu's boy. Anytime, any day, okay? There are already rumors that he's been planted in PDP by Tifnumbu. Part of the things you're going to hear, ridiculous stuff you're going to hear, and many of them truth, by the way. Ridiculous, but truth, right? So, Dele Momodu is also running. People said he has no structure. I said, but PDP gets structure now. They said, no, that's not structure. We're talking about money. It doesn't have the money to put the stunt, wherever it is. Remind me, who else do you have on the, you see, the point here is this. When you look at all of this, even if you want to, and listen, that's just those saying they want to be president, because it's not a president that is going to listen to the division in Nigeria and change it. There are other characters from your where local government or state constituency, federal constituency, senatorial district, this and that, all those formation being put together. The fraudulent arrangement you have at the federal is the same fraudulent arrangement you have at your different states level. Guess what? That's where the accolade task comes in. Okay, so your choice for who lead your country is limited as we speak to this basket of rogues, right? While even if you have other options that you could look into, they don't have structure. So last, you have to go with your limited option, your criminal known faces. Then they will say, choose between the devil and the deep blue sea. Baba, what about you don't choose any of them? You ignore the devil, ignore the deep blue sea, and turn around and say, I'm taking this path to Yoruba nation. Why not? That can be your own thing. So when somebody asked me that, Mayegun, why haven't you given us updates on Oloye Sunday Igbo's incarceration and all that? I said, listen, I have learned a lot that when you deal with people in this, especially now in this era, you have to also be very, very careful too. Okay? Because intention is good. Perception will be wrong some of the time. Oh, somebody is mentioning Yeye Bello. I'm coming back to your options soon. That's Oloye Sunday Igboho came to my mind. Oloye Sunday Igboho, which I've been told, actually do watch Mayegun's Diary Political. This is what I found. The people who have been upstanding and pushing for the release of Oloye Sunday Igboho, diplomatically, legally, and even including when they hit the brick wall, I have come to realize that we should leave them to do what they are doing. This is why, okay? Because there are other things we can do. I told you that some of us who support Yoruba nation and will put resources together to defend whoever comes under attack of Nigeria, we said we should go physical. Now, this is what I figured out. Help can go to those who are doing it in a different way, including opinions, advices, including change of a plan, what have you, through a better means that is even more kind of, stronger in my own opinion. So I found that. I told you the other day, I said I have reached out to the Lanomo Odua in the UK, right? Yeah, we've reached to them. Now we are going to use that contact to build that physical presence, okay? When we build that physical presence, right, then we'll be able to at least get to see and influence any other way or better way that we can make things better and work. From what I have been told, they want things kept quiet, okay? Rather than coming up to make up stories and other stuff, which is actually not my own forte in a way, right? But it doesn't mean that something is not being done. In the next couple of days, starting with the invitation of the coordinators of Ilanomo Odua in the UK, we will use that as a bridge to connect all the Yorubas right here in the UK and from then on all over the world as well. They are already there. They exist. You have Ilanomo Odua all over the place. Then let's build it as a network that is super active, that can actually make a difference in a way. Trust me, we will start with Ilanomo Odua UK. And then when I bring that coordinator onto Mayegun's Diary Political, right? Then the next thing that will follow it is the physical gathering, physical presence that we'll call meetings. From then on, let's see what direction that takes. Oloye, we love you and we'll continue to press and pressure that those who are holding you illegally, they are committing crimes. And no matter how long it takes, they will be held responsible for every of their crime against you and against the people who legitimately asking for self-determination and self-defense in their country. That is what will take me to the case of Nnamdi Kanu in the next maybe 36 hours. Politically, Oloye Sunday Igboho being away, Nnamdi Kanu being away, politically, it helped them to control the situation or control the narrative. But sometimes you can always let them feel like they are controlling it. Okay. These, what do you call these two high-profile kidnapping, as well as the third one on citizenship of Omoyele Sowore. You see all these coordinated moves were things to curtail the advancement or the progress of the general awareness on the divided Nigeria that only works for the criminal elite, not for their people they claim to be leading. So keeping them away can give them an ample time to plot how they are going to railroad the entire country into a fraudulent agenda 2023. So now it seems to be working in their favor. They believe they are controlling the narrative so far, but they are not. In 48 hours or less, Nnamdi Kanu will appear in court. And this time around, his lawyers, according to them, this doesn't seem that they are going to push for his bail. If they do push for his bail, that would be great. However, Buhari in his interview said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should defend himself. That will be given a chance to defend himself. Now, Tuesday, we would expect them to bring their evidence of whatever crime they said, whatever is done that they call treasonable felony, which you and I know is absolute bollock, right? So we would expect them to bring that up on Tuesday. Obviously, they won't. But the one thing I want to appeal to everyone on is this: as much as the government of Nigeria still allows the legal team and every one of them to appear in court and bring this to court in a way, we can always use this medium, make it stable enough that we don't tear it down. Let me put it this way, by the way. The only way a defense can be put up for whenever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is put to trial is the legal team that he has. And from what I have found out about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even right before this same issue, or this second time of his abduction, the first time, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is mentally capable enough to the point that if he notices any lagging between his legal team, he would always make changes. Now, that's all he has, his legal team, when it comes to confronting these guys legally. The most vital one, the most viable one is, it's actually you. Those of you who passionately love him so much that you will wish that none of this ever happened. But now that it has happened, the most you can do is just to hold hands. Every time you remember, that's most of the time, that's why I wish whenever they said that he has a court case, they bring him out to see him alive, to send one single message to everyone: he is alive. With that, your passion, your love, not just for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for Biafra, for those who have paid the supreme prices, those who paid that before now, and those who are paying it now. That is the emotional part that you should appeal to you when it comes to this whole struggle. Not blame game. I keep saying that. I know I'm going to see that solidarity on Tuesday. There's no, you know what I mean? There's no doubt about that. I will see many Biafrans out, not just going to be in Abuja. You're going to see them out all over the world. I've seen the planned meetings. I've seen the planned rallies and all of that in the UK, in the US, in Europe here, so many other places. And I bet others are actually coming up that we are actually yet to hear about. This is the strength of the man called Oyendu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you hold on to that, every other differences that you have, trust me, look at me very well, they are temporary, okay? Your emotion of tearing yourselves and the rest of that, no matter how much they hurt right now, you have just one role to play. end it. Remember the man. Remember those who have paid that price. In your mind of minds, right? Just know that wherever that disagreement is right now, wherever differences you probably have right now, it is temporary. When you remember the man, when you remember the struggle, right? You won't fight your brother to death. He said, when two brothers fight to death, it is a stranger that will inherit their properties. I don't know if that's how they put it. Okay. I just thought I should pass that. So on Tuesday, online, offline, show your support, show your solidarity, and give it out, as many as you can. I wish everyone the best of luck on that. So I'm thinking I should open the line for about maybe half an hour. If you are up for it, I'll do just that, okay? But give me a minute. Let me have a quick drink before we proceed. One moment.